What is up, everybody? Today, it is a 1,000% brand new day. I will 100% get knee deep in what I am talking about when it comes to what I mean by brand new day. Dude, the energy that was felt yesterday was off the charts. The energy in that room yesterday was absolutely off the charts. I know there is an echo. Give me a second. I'm fixing it right now. The energy was just unbelievable. I don't know any other way to describe what I saw yesterday. I don't. Those those are your owners. Those are your owners now. Those are people who own the San Diego Padres. Those are your owners. We're gonna get to that. Trust me. We're gonna get to that. That's first and foremost. Second, you gotta follow the rules, baby. You're gonna need drive at the speed limit that they issue. I'm John Brown. This is the John Brown podcast, man. We got a lot of show. We got a lot of show today. Stuff keeps breaking before the show starts. Stuff keeps breaking before the show starts. So let me just start right here. If you are new to the program, if you are watching via X, if you're watching via YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, I would appreciate it if you were to subscribe to the podcast, like it. If you are watching via X, please repost, share the podcast. I would appreciate it. We do this thing Monday through Friday from 10 to 11 every day. Sometimes we break and we come in and we talk about stuff that is important, but that rarely happens. It almost happened yesterday, but I didn't know what to expect from the press conference. But we've now heard from the new owners of the San Diego Padres, and I've got a lot to say. Even down to the point where the trolls were questioning where she got her money from. Buddy, this is going to be a wild ride. And I am on board for it. Again, we will get to that. I want you to subscribe because we are on the road to 500. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers. We marched to 300, and now we're on the road to 500. So help us get to 500 so we can monetize the show via YouTube, and we can make the show pay for the show. So the show can stop coming out of my pocket and start coming out of the advertiser's pocket. Let's get some people to advertise on this show, courtesy of YouTube. But we got to build it to do that. So again, if you're new to the show, if you're coming via YouTube, please subscribe to the show. I'd appreciate it. Now, of all the things, let's start here. I have a very, very simple question. Please tell me why LeBron James is borrowing $300 million from the Guggenheim Group, the Mark Walters people. This story just broke before this show started. And again, I consider me a lamest when it comes to, money management. As you can tell, I'm in a shed with newspaper behind me. So I'm not really knee deep into equity groups and loan management. If you know more about this, email me at johnbrownpodcast@gmail.com. I will send you a link to this show so you can come and explain it to me. Because why is LeBron James borrowing $300 million? And let me be, because I want to get this right. Y'all know I love getting this stuff right. LeBron James borrowed $300 million against Nike deal in 2018. In 2018, a company controlled by James borrowed $300 million from Mid-Eastern life insurers arranged by Guggenheim Partners. The bond maturing in 2049. Wow. Was I don't know what that is, by his off-court income like the Nike deal, providing immediate cash without selling equity or big taxes. So this is basically a tax break. Okay. A spokesperson confirmed independent credit ratings for this and a 2022 deal with NBA approval on a later one. Observers praise this as a smart planning amid some questions on the ratings firm. Bruh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. This is either the end of the NBA or something that will become so normal we won't even know it's happening. They'll stop reporting it. But why is LeBron James borrowing $300 million against his Nike deal? The fact that this is what I do know about people who move money like this. This is how rich people can stay rich. By the way, this is how rich people can stay rich. There's no reason for LeBron James to have debt unless the system is set up that as a billionaire or as a millionaire, the way that you stay rich is you operate with debt. It's basically you spend other people's money, never really spending your money while paying a small amount of interest on that money. That sound confusing to you? It's supposed to, because we broke and they don't want us to understand how it works. I do know why people borrow things against things. This is why art is the greatest money laundering exercise no one knows about. Because the value of art is solely based on the person purchasing the art. If I told you, this is a priceless piece of artwork, right? If I told you this is a priceless piece of artwork, you could offer me $10 million for this. I could sell it to you because now it's worth $10 million to you. Right? All right. But my point being, this is at this point in time, we 100% have to understand there are things happening, not even behind closed doors, in business rooms and conference rooms from a financial standpoint that we totally don't understand. And we have to accept or criticize that the way that these people are moving money is so far out of the realm of what the average person can do or understand that we need to rewrite the system so that you and I can either use it to our advantage, which they would never let us do, or understand it so we can know whether someone is cheating or not. LeBron James had $1 million shoe deal. I think it was $100 million? I think it was $100 million. LeBron James had $100 million shoe deal before he ever scored a basket in the NBA. That Nike deal that he has is a massive deal. And so that allows him to borrow against that deal. But why is LeBron borrowing $300 million? This is a guy worth billions of dollars, allegedly. This is a guy who, again, has $500 million in NBA contracts, pre-tax, by the way. That's all. That's all. Now, originally, I wasn't going to start there. Originally, I was going to start here. What is this? This is the new rivalry layout for the NFL and their uniforms for rivalry week. I guess they're calling it because they want everything to relate to the college game, which we will also get into in a second. And my focus is on here, the bottom right corner. This jersey on the bottom right corner is the Chicago Bears jersey. I think the top right is Green Bay. The center is Baltimore. The left is Indianapolis. The bottom left is Detroit. And the center bottom, which sounds wild when you say it like that, the center bottom is Jacksonville. Do you guys like those jerseys? I don't understand. I really don't understand why this is a thing. Do the NFL not know what the economy's like right now? Do I really need to drop $250 on a ticket and then purchase a jersey that I don't like? There's nothing wrong with the regular jerseys that the Bears wear on Sunday. I get that you get these alternative jerseys because some of them look cool. I know you have these alternative jerseys for somehow you want people to spend another couple bucks, buddy. Not today. Not today. Not today. I look at these uniforms. Look at these uniforms. Are you going to run out and purchase any of these? Again, the Bears color scheme is so basic, you can't mess it up unless you make the entire uniform orange. They never deviate from the colors. So to have this uniform as somehow, some way, look, I don't know, throwback. Who's designing these? Who's in charge at the NFL that made you think that these things look like something I wanted to purchase? The Detroit Lions uniform looks like the regular Detroit Lions uniform. It's a football uniform. You can't really change that much on the uniform. They don't do it like that. The Jacksonville uniform looks very similar to the Jacksonville uniform they already wear. Do I need to borrow from the Guggenheim Group to buy one of these? How much do these cost? What? Yeah, man, we might need to get Fat Tony to print us some of these. Excuseless say he can get it from China for 25 for y'all. Y'all might want to link in bio for him. If he can get it for 25, he can go he can go around. Well, you might have a tariff on that thing now, dog. They might drop the tariff on you, so it might be 45, it might be 50. But yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't understand. Are people really purchasing these jerseys? Are these rivalry jerseys really selling that well? Are you going to flop down another 200 to 150 bucks to buy another jersey for your favorite player? I've never really been a big fan of wearing jerseys. I only own, I think, 2 jerseys. I only own 2 jerseys. I didn't pay for them. They were given to me as gifts, and I rarely wear them. I have a Mike Brown jersey that I rarely wear because Mike Brown was my favorite Chicago Bear, and I have a Forte jersey that somebody once got me for like a gag gift as a joke because the Bears were bad at the time. And so I only got 2 jerseys, and I never really wear them. Who's buying these? Has the NFL seen the price of beef? Has the NFL front office, the people who design these jerseys, have the good people at Nike been to the gas station lately? Read the room, buddy. I'm good. I'll pass. I'll pass. Y'all not making these affordable. So I ain't going out my way to buy one. I'm finna hit up Excuseless. I'm finna give me one for the 25. Because they know that's crazy. I get the NFL's a business. The NFL's making money hand over fist. Buddy, you don't need these. Now, if you told me you were doing this for the Las Vegas Raiders, they got a new quarterback. That makes sense. Fernando Mendoza just came into the league. If you're doing rivalry jerseys for rookie quarterbacks and those teams, that makes sense because now you 2-for-1. I could get the new jersey and a new player. If you rock like that as a fan, I totally would understand that and get that. But come on, dog. Come on, dog. Do y'all think do these look cool to y'all? Indianapolis, Baltimore, Green Bay, Chicago, Jacksonville, and Detroit. Do those look cool to y'all? Would y'all purchase one of these at the NFL store full price? Joe Rigby says, I got a lot of blue and yellow jerseys for sale. I bet you do, big fella. I, I bet you do. Damn, excuses, it takes 30 days. That's like something that you buy for me, it take 30 days. They must be coming from the same factory. I got a lot of blue and yellow jerseys for sale. Kobe swapped me. Yeah. Tito, yes. No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it. I'm not doing it. Now, let's let's take a spin somewhere else. So, I'm a firm believer in if there are rules and you're operating within those rules, please don't complain. Please don't complain. In any walk of life, in any work structure, you're supposed to use all the rules to your advantage as a business, as an organization, as a sport. If I am LSU and you're going to tell me that I can get a kid off of an NFL practice squad or a kid who got cut from an NFL team and bring him back to college and play football, I'm doing it. I'm going to do it before you do it. And to me, this rule, and for people who don't know, I shall explain. So the NFL and the NBA have a draft. Once you get drafted, it used to be common practice that once you're drafted, you cannot go back and play college basketball or football or baseball. But since the NIL is now exists and you can get above board money now in college athletics, a whole host of weird things have begun to happen. This week's weird thing is there's now a 5-for-5 rule. So if you played 4 years of college football and you got drafted, or 3 years of college football and you got drafted by, let's say, the Cleveland Browns and you played tight end, they cut you. You can now go back to college and play college football again. If it's not against the rules, I really don't see what the big fuss is about this. And two, this, in my opinion, this could affect basketball way more than it ever could affect football. Football is the storyline right now. But if I'm a college basketball player, if I'm in the G League somewhere and I left after my freshman year and I've been in the G League for 2 years and LSU is going to pay me $2 million to come play against college players, buddy, I'm on my way. What? I ain't making $2 million in the G League. I'm barely making $400,000. I'm finna go to LSU, get this $2 million, and come right back to the G League next year. Y'all crazy. This rule hurts basketball, collegiate basketball, way more than it hurts football. Football, you might get one or two dudes. Guys go pro out of basketball, 6 months on campus, they out of there. And some of them in 2 years wash out the league. If you go pro after your freshman year, you become a second-round draft pick. That second-round pick is not a guaranteed contract. So you could be bouncing around the league or somewhere in Europe 2 years after you thought you was hot shit at USC. I don't have a single solitary problem if you're going to use the rules to your advantage. Because if you don't, someone else will. And Lane Kiffin pretty much said, listen, it's legal. We're going to do it before they do it. Make it illegal. Lane Kiffin is on a mission to win a national championship. And whatever that looks like, however that works, that's what he's going to do. The Big Ten came out with a rule today and said, oh, we're not going to allow any guys to come who were drafted to come play in the Big Ten. Cool, they'll all go to the SEC. Don't be high and mighty, man. Don't be high and mighty. This is the thing I hate about college football. Oh, we're better than you. We're going to turn our nose up at what you're doing. All right, we're going to win, you're going to lose. If LSU wins the national championship and this kid cut from the Browns is some unstoppable tight end throughout college football, they win, you lose. And you think moral high ground is going to matter when LSU wins the national championship because they got 3 guys who were in the NFL 6 months ago? Nobody going to care. Nobody going to talk about that. That championship ain't going to be illegitimate. The moral high ground of college athletics is it's utterly baffling to me. The NCAA is so useless. It's the rules that you created. They're your rules, NCAA. They're your rules. So you mean to tell me that you're going to allow LSU to do something, but then you're also going to allow the Big Ten as a conference to basically say, well, no one in the Big Ten can do this. So now you are basically shortchanging a ton of other teams and universities from doing something where the rest of the country athletically gets to do? Come on, man. This is if you're going to tell me that you're going to just create the 5-for-5 rule and not put the exemption in of if drafted to the NFL, you can't pulling guys or having guys voluntarily be cut from NFL training camps to go play for the SEC for twice the money or 3 times the money they were going to get in the NFL makes very simple sense. It's very easy to understand. Most of these guys didn't graduate, so you just treat it like a transfer. Nobody's taking any classes since you walked off campus. It's just treated as a transfer. You still have eligibility because technically you went to the league, you got drafted, but you got cut in camp. Follow the rules, man. That's the rule. They're operating within the rule. I don't really see what people are so upset about. Biggie says, shout out to the chat pack, my co-host. I got no problem with players going back to college and getting paid because the universities have been ripping off these players for over a century. So reparations are finally getting paid. I wouldn't call them reparations, but yeah, it's about time. Excuseless says, unfortunately, this kind of sounds like Enos trying to join the WNBA just because of the rules, even though I don't like it. Yeah, I mean, I genuinely don't have a problem with it. This is not some 30-year-old guy who's been in the NFL and got cut. This is a kid who was literally playing college football in September of last year. This isn't some guy who's been in the league for 3 years, got cut, and goes back to use 1 year of eligibility to get drafted again. No, buddy literally gets cut, and now it's in a world. This is one of those things where we say we care about the athletes, right? And if we care about the athletes, this kid whose dream was to play in the NFL is now cut from the NFL. What happens to him now? What are his options as a person out in the world? What is his skill set? And right now, for him, his skill set and his goal is to be a professional football player, to make money playing football. Here's another place that's going to offer you an opportunity to make money playing football, the thing that you've been doing for a decade. Already at 22, 23, you've been playing football for a decade, and now the opportunity to cash in on a decade's worth of work You're going to not accept that because, it's frowned upon? Bro, is it illegal? No. Where's my money? Where's my money? See, we're, because I didn't play football. If you didn't crash helmets in high school for free, if you didn't crash helmets in Pee Wee for free, you probably don't understand. If you ain't ran suicides for free for years, you may not understand. A lot of work goes into failing at the next level. A lot of work goes into getting to the next level and realizing you're not good enough. You get cut. But now there's a window and an opportunity for guys like this kid from the Browns to go back with what he learned and what he needs to get better at to the college level, work on it, get better, and go back to the NFL. Now, I would make him undraftable. The NFL will fix this in some way. It's an easy fix for the NFL. It's a quagmire for college campus. If you've ever had to run suicides for basketball practice in high school, buddy, that was for free. If they ever had you out there doing up downs in training camp in high school, buddy, you did that for free. You did that because you was trying to achieve something. You were trying to get to the next level of the sport. And if somebody in high school, and if you went to college, you got cut, and somebody said, yeah, well, you go play another year of high school football, a lot of y'all would do it. Cut it out. Cut it out. 18-year-old you, go back to your high school and dominate for another year, at a chance to get another scholarship somewhere else the following year. Yeah, you do it. Yeah, you do it. Come on, man. We try to be real around here. We try to be real around here. I'm just speaking about facts, bro. LSU's not violating any rules whatsoever. If you're against this, I would like to know why. I really would. If you're against this, I would like to know why. What I don't like to do is leave people in the desert because they tried to accomplish a goal. This kid right now at this point, he's not good enough to play at the NFL level. His game clearly needs more work. He left college prematurely with more eligibility available to him. He's going to now go back and cash in said eligibility so he can then go and be ready to try again next year for the next level. Now, if the NFL and the NCAA, if the NFL and collegiate athletics, NBA or MLB, however you want to write this check, said, all right, this is what we'll do. We'll draft you as the Browns. You're not good enough to play here. We're going to cut you, or we're going to reassign you to LSU. LSU is going to pay you, but your professional rights belong to the Browns. So next year, when you're done at LSU, your eligibility is dried up, you have an obligation to report to Browns camp next year. That's how you fix that. So now you can't make the Browns 2 years in a row, buddy. That's on you. You ass. This ain't for you. We all don't get to play at the next level. But come on, man. You out there playing in high school for free, buddy. You can your brains knocked out for free in high school. You can you're running suicides and tearing ACLs and calves and Achilles for free. This man, what? I don't understand y'all sometimes. I really don't. Shout out to the Sporting Tribune. I'm part of the Sporting Tribune. I work there. The Sporting Tribune tonight with Grant Mona and myself comes every night at the end of the sports night. We try to bring y'all some fresh takes and some different perspectives on how the sports day went. We are going to be debuting that show, the Sporting Tribune tonight, will be on television. Your boy's back. Your boy's back on TV. How crazy is that, right? How crazy is that? Your boy back on TV, man. Next Monday, a week from now. Let me whip out this calendar real quick so I can give y'all the date. Hold on, because now they're trying to tell me something. Oh, whoa. Let me see. The 31st of August. August 31st. Your boy is back on TV. You can turn on your television at 11 o'clock. Oh, yeah. So as soon as this show ends, you can see some more of me on TV. Now, that's TV magic. Obviously, y'all know how this works. But shout out to the people at Sports Grid. I'll be in millions of homes now at 11 o'clock. So this is going to be the quickest, outfit change you ever seen. You might see me doing them both at the same time because I'm good like that. But a while ago, they tried to silence your boy. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to front. A while ago, they tried to silence your boy. Hold on. Let me pop the trunk real quick. Let me pop the trunk real quick. Let me pop the trunk. Oh, wait. Oh, see, I can't hear it. They tried to silence your boy. Oh, there it is. I said they tried to silence your boy. Wait, hold on. I said they tried to silence your boy. Good, I'm back. So shout out to the Sporting Tribune, man. Shout out to the Sporting Tribune. This is my favorite story of the day. This might be my favorite story in a long time. This was healing. I can't play Kwanzaa Jones's comments. I can't play Feliciano's comments because they'll mess with my show. Not they will. YouTube will. The Major League Baseball will. But y'all saw the press conference for the Padres' new owners. We're not going to talk about them losing 2-3 because it happens and 162, blah, 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 blah. They're still 2 games ahead of the wild card. So y'all up on all that. But, man, when I tell you, watching that woman talk at that press conference, buddy, that felt like something big's happening. I'm not even talking about the fact that she's a woman. I'm not talking about the fact that she's a woman of color, which is and he's also a man of color. I'm not talking about how those two things put together are monumental in a way that no other sports franchises are doing. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the literal energy that she was putting out as the owner for the Padres in a sport where you do not see that kind of energy from the owner. We now have so many of these hedge funds and so many of these money management groups purchasing the teams that when you actually meet the owners of these teams, the people who are now the controlling partner, which is more a likely term you're starting to hear now, this is just another acquisition for them. This is just another thing that they own, and this is business as usual. Something funny happened about the Lakers acquisition where Josh Kushner said that because so many things are going to be automated going forward, AI they speak of, that the next best thing you can own is something that is live that has to be done by humans, that being professional sports. So these people are making a gamble that AI is going to take over so many different portions of how we do business and how we see things that people will be clamoring just to see humans do something. So they're all buying sports teams because this is what they're talking about in their private equity meetings. To see the Padres' new owner bring so much energy and to have such a big smile and to tell you their plan is to keep going forward and to win, win, win. I mean, everybody says that when they sign up to purchase these teams. They never tell you, hey, man, our goal is to save money. They say we want to keep winning. They never say we're going to spend more money. This organization, many people believe, had already spent to the tilt. These people have now taken over. Feliciano and Kwanzaa Jones have now taken over and told you, nah, buddy, we got another level we can go up. We got another level we can go up. So if you're not excited about what you saw yesterday, then you're probably not a Padres fan. If you're not one of these dildos who went on the internet, then like, I wonder where they got their money from. Buddy, shut all the way up. Shut all the way up. Two minority people purchase a team. Now you want to know where their money comes from. But when Mark Walters was out here purchasing everything under the sun for billions of dollars, you ain't got no questions. These people keep telling you it's about politics. They keep telling you it's about a whole bunch of other stuff when it's really just about the thing you can really see right in front. What do you mean where their money come from? You can find out. But you want to run to social media and asking where they get their money from. Why? Why them? Why now? You didn't care with Mark Walters. You didn't care where the Portland Trailblazers got his money from, did you? You didn't. Josh, you don't care where Josh Kushner get his money from. You know where Bob Iger gets his money from. He Disney. You don't care where Josh Kushner get his money from. You didn't ask where he get his money from, did you? Huh? Yesterday was so awesome. It was so awesome, dude. I really just, I don't think I've ever watched a press conference in its entirety for a new owner. Because to me, these things are very boring. They're very, very boring. They never really say anything. It's just a rich person talking about how, oh, we want the team to be winners and we want to continue to work within the community, blah, blah, blah. None of it ever really sounds believable. I was sold yesterday. I have never purchased any Padres merchandise. I've always had things given to me. Hats, jerseys, shirts, whatever the case may be. I've never purchased any of it. That's going to change. I only know one way to support, with my money and my voice. I only know one way not to support, with my voice and with my money. Period, end of story. What you saw yesterday felt real. It felt genuine. And it felt true. Now, time tells all truths. Time is the greatest truth teller. Graham, we talked about the 49ers owner yesterday, buddy. And we're not putting him on Ass Island, Graham. We're not putting him on Ass Island. Okay? We talked about yesterday prostitution. I ain't against it. But we'll get to that. I don't want these two stories to collide, okay? We'll revisit that yesterday. We'll revisit that later. Right now, we're talking about how awesome it is to have have the team that you root for and that you observe to be the center of attention in the most positive way possible. We are looking at the sport. The sport has their eye on the San Diego Padres to see what this ownership group will now do with the team. Because I believe what we saw yesterday is the beginning of something that is going to be very influential around baseball. It's my own personal opinion. I think what we're about to see from what this impact from the Padres ownership will have within the community, within the organization, is going to now have the Padres front office and the Padres ownership group become stars amongst the Major League Baseball world. Jerry Jones is the voice of the owners in football. I don't see why the Padres ownership group, led by two minorities in a minority led sport, can't now do the same. I don't see why the Padres owner can't be the voice of baseball similar to what Jerry Jones is to football. I don't see why not. The Dodgers, it would be the Dodgers, but they're in so much trouble right now. And you can't say you got to win to be the voice because the Cowboys ain't won since Michael Jordan's playing basketball. You can't. You can't. So, that's just where I'm at, man. Yesterday was awesome. Yesterday was awesome. The game wasn't bad either. Sometimes you just get outplayed. They got outplayed yesterday. Good rally in the eighth. Cronenworth's RBI was awesome. But, you're not going to win every game. It's 162 of them. You still hold your position. You didn't lose no ground because the Diamondbacks pretty much feel like everybody lost yesterday. So it's a wash. Yesterday was a wash. So we only talk about the good thing that's left over. And that is the ownership announcement. It was awesome, man. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Now, there's always room for a little bit of criticism. The music I could have done without. I'm a fan. The song I could do without. But yesterday was a great day, man. I'm happy for the Padres. I'm happy for San Diego. I'm happy for this thing going forward because I think this is really going to be something positive. I think this is really going to be something impactful within the community. I really feel like we are at a place where this is going to reflect very, very well on the San Diego community and on the San Diego Padres. And in that term, it's going to reflect very positively on baseball. And baseball needs it. All right. Bill, wait, Biggie, I saw no disrespect. Okay. Biggie says, no offense or disrespect, but I will never get a Padres jersey unless they change their color scheme because I hate wearing the color brown unless it's my beautiful brown skin. Hey, man. Relax with that. The Padres got some dope uniforms. Hold on now. The Giants are brown. What? You won't win all the games. Exactly. Try to win the series. Biggie, the Giants' colors are brown, dog. What are you talking about? You're a Giants fan. Their colors are brown or orange. Burnt orange, I think it is. Graham says, did we talk about the 49ers owner yesterday? Is he on Ass Island? Oh, buddy, you know he is. You know he is. You know he is. Jose says, Super says, Soup says, come on, bro. Padres have a lot of different uniforms. Yeah, bro, they got a lot of different options for you, big dog. They got a lot of different options. They got that blue and orange joint, the throwbacks. Padres, listen. On this show, we always stumble. On this show, because the chat pack is so awesome with their conversations, at the end of the show, we always stumble on something where we ask each other a question. So now my question becomes, who's got a better run of jerseys than the Padres? Think about this. Now, I didn't like the City Connect jerseys, the original, the Miami Vice looking white, green, all those. I didn't like that one. But if you go down the Padres uniforms in comparison to other teams in the league, buddy, they cooking. Because, buddy, they cooking. The Dodger uniform is more traditional than it is anything. So is the Yankees. They don't really revise those two, so they out. The Cubs, traditional. They out. The White Sox have the best jersey. That black South Side with the pinstripes, that's the best jersey in baseball. That might be the best jersey in sports. That black on white with them stripes, South Side, man. That's Biggie. That's the jersey you want. That's a black jersey. I mean, it's a black jersey because the color's black. I know what I'm saying. But yeah, man. Shout out. That's a good question to ask. The Braves throwback jerseys are pretty good too. But I'm talking about front to back. You roll out the collection of jerseys. Padres give anybody a run for their money. Hands down. Bro, go to the swamp meet, get that black jersey, Soup says. They do got all the colors in the swamp, bro. The swamp be having everything. The swamp be having, you'll be itching when you put it on. But just wash that thing. Put a shirt on underneath it. But I'm asking, from beginning to end, if you roll out all the jerseys, all the uniforms, the Padres will give you a run for your money on who's got the best uniforms. I hate the White Sox New City Connects. The red and blacks, I don't like those at all. You had it right the first time. I tried to buy that black and white Southside jersey on multiple occasions. Sold out every time. People don't want to be buying knockoff stuff, Soup. Every team has every color in knockoff. Yeah, man, but people don't want to be buying the knockoff stuff, bro. People trying to get authentic, Soup. Let me break down this last topic. One more thing. Okay, one more thing. Now, we hear a lot about Caitlin Clark. We hear a lot about conversations surrounding what's going on with Caitlin Clark and what's going on over here with the Indiana Fever and Sophie Cunningham, who, by the way, is doing. If you want to see a person do the right wing grift, if you want to see a person's origin right wing grift, follow Sophie Cunningham and what she's doing to appeal to these MAGA people, because she knows scoring 0 points a game ain't going to really keep her in the WNBA. Sophie Cunningham knows she's not going to be playing in the WNBA next year. She can see the signs. So her social media rollout now is completely to pander to the far right and the red hats so that they can then put her on One America News, which is located here in San Diego, believe it or not, or Fox News, so she can get that check. Sophie Cunningham becoming a correspondent on Pat McAfee show coming soon. You heard it here first. But we hear so much about how Caitlin Clark means all this to the WNBA and blah, 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 how she's so great and how she's breaking all these records. Angel Reese is now the single-season rebound leader in the WNBA. Last night, Angel Reese had the most rebounds ever recorded in a WNBA game last night against the Los Angeles Sparks. And I say that because there's so much negativity surrounding the WNBA. There's so much negativity surrounding the WNBA. With all the great players that they have playing great this season, from what Angel Reese is doing, what Olivia Miles is doing, what Kelsey Mitchell is doing. There have been even last night, Cameron Brink's back-to-back blocks on Angel Reese. Those are highlight plays. So the WNBA, they're putting their best product ahead, their best foot forward right now. And Angel Reese, for every record that Caitlin Clark makes, Angel Reese makes another one. But no one wants to talk about Angel Reese's records. And that really rubs me the wrong way. Because as a basketball player and a person who once had 20 rebounds in a professional game, buddy, that shit ain't easy. It's not. It's hard. And you get hit by flying elbows, hips, knees, arms, scratches. So for her to set the record for rebounds in a game in the NBA, it should be talked about. And if they don't talk about it on mainstream sports, I guess I'll be the one to tell y'all. Because I guarantee you a lot of y'all didn't even know that happened last night. Angel Reese set the WNBA record last night with rebounds in a game, while on the same night setting the single-season rebound record with like 5 or 6 games left to go. Angel Reese might get 500 rebounds in a single season in the WNBA. It is you can't the me bounds me Graham the me bounds is a trademarked word by Angel Reese. So you better be careful for she sue us. Because she owns the term me bounds, buddy. So I had to call attention to this because, hold on, what's her field goal percentage, Graham? I'll play this game with you, Graham. I see what you're doing. I'll play this game. Let me see. Let me go find out what Angel Reese's shooting percentage is. Because I guarantee you, Graham, it's way higher than what you think it is. I hold on. I'm looking it up right now. Because I know she leads the league in rebounds. So Angel Reese is shooting this season. She averaging 16 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, no blocks, 3 turnovers on 43% shooting. She's shooting 18% from 3. Now, that 18% is disgusting. She's shooting 73% from the line. So she's shooting 43% from the field, Graham, to answer your question. That's all. What's wrong with that? You mad about that, Graham? What is that high enough or that too low for you? I ain't got no problem with that. I hear your criticism, Graham. I respect it. Most of her shots are layups and misses. See, Graham, here's where you get in trouble. The other night she was 8 for 8. Also had 12 rebounds, I think the number was. Hold on, let me go see. Let me go see. Because she was 8 for 8 the other night, Graham. Okay. Graham. On the August the 20th against the Los Angeles Sparks, in a game that they won, Angel Reese played 30 minutes, had 20 rebounds, at 20 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 5 turnovers, and was 100% from the field. So she got 10 rebounds and didn't miss a shot, Graham. So this, and most of her shots are layups. She misses and then grabs the rebound. Didn't apply that night, buddy. Whoa, 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 David P. Whoa, hold on. Hold on, David P. Hold up. What you mean? Angel Reese is a 4, bruh? A 4 what? Nah, fam. You think Angel Reese is a 4, David P? What? What? You think Angel Reese is a 4, buddy? Wow. That's crazy. David P., you think Angel Reese is a 4? Wow. David P., let me ask you a question. A 4 is wild. Oh, David P., a 4 is wild. Okay, David P., let me ask you a question. Because I need to see where your barometer is. What is Sophie Cunningham? I'm not judging. I'm not judging, David P. I'm just asking what I believe to be a fair question. If you think Angel Reese is a 4, what is Sophie Cunningham to you? Because I'm going to ask this question about 3 or 4 females, just so I can gauge what you like. Okay. Okay. David, I'm gonna wait for your answer. So don't go nowhere. We just having a conversation. What would you give Sophie Cunningham if you give Angel Reese a 4? I need to know this. Okay, that's fair. As technology says, opposite ends of the spectrum. Okay, okay. Uh, what would you, David P. On a scale of 1 to 10? What would you give Taylor Swift? David P. I know it takes a while for you to calculate it. You get your calendar out, you calculate it out, and punch and see what you come up with, big fella. But I need that. Come on, bro. You here every day. I fucks with you. I need an answer to this. What 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 would you consider? See what I'm saying? Because what I did want to do is give him these, too broad of it. I want to give him the best opportunity so that he can explain himself. Okay, so Taylor Swift or Sophie Cunningham is barely a 4. Okay. Graham says to each their own. This is very true, Graham. This is very true. I'm not trying to chastise David. I'm not coming after him. I'm just trying to see if I had to hook him up. I know he's taken. But if I had to hook him up, I want to see what I need to bring his way. So Sophie Cunningham is a 4. Angel Reese is a 4. Taylor Swift is a 4. Are you ready? Is your rating system from 1 to 5? I just want to know. I just want to know. Yeah, David. Okay, David. Okay. In your book, what would you rate Zendaya, whatever it is, the woman from Spider-Man? What are you rating her on a scale of 1 to 10? What is Zendaya? And I hate to sexualize women like this, but okay. Sophie is a solid 6. Okay, now I see where you're going. Okay. So he gave Taylor Swift a 4, barely, but he gave Sophie a 6. Solid 6. Okay. What would you give Zendaya, David P? Is she a 4 or a 6 or what? Because my last one, he only lay. Yeah, it's all good. So, David P, I want to know your number for Zendaya. And I want to know your number for what is this? I'm forgetting this woman's name. She was involved in a lot of controversy. Hold on, let me figure out a way to look her up. Cause her name's not coming to me. And if I do it this way, I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. What is this? What is her name? I can't remember her freaking name. It's gonna kill me that I can't remember this woman's name. What is her name? Yo, okay, now I'm gonna need y'all help. Sydney Sweeney. There we go. See, Graham, you locked in, Graham. What would you give? So now, so Zendaya 7.5, 8. Sydney Sweeney is an 8 to David P. Okay, David P. I see where you're going. So Angel Reese is a 4. Taylor Swift is a 4. Barely a 4. I agree to that. Sophie's a 6. Sydney Sweeney's an 8. Zendaya's an 8. I mean, woo. Woo. As Technology says, we talking to this show takes a turn every day. I love this. We talking total package or we going a la carte? Face will score 1 by David P. Swift 1.5, bro. Yeah, fam, I agree. Apples and oranges, baby. Yeah, we off the rails, Joe. We off the rails, bro. This is hilarious. This is hilarious, bro. This is a great conversation to end the show, by the way. This show is, again, this show is for y'all. This show is for y'all. We talk about sports for a little bit. We talk about something else. And then, here we go. When we get to the end of the show, one more thing could be anything. That's why it's one more thing. Today's one more thing turned into Angel Reese's of 4, and then all hell broke loose. Angel Reese's of 4, all hell broke loose. All right, okay, I'm finna put Joe Rigby on the spot now. Because now Joe out here, Joe, you messing up the energy right now. So I'm gonna get Joe now. Joe says, these beautiful women can be my children. I can't rate. Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe. David P says, let's rate them things. All right, Joe. Rate that thing. Callista Flockhart. If you want to do, okay, because we could go 90s. Let's go 90s, man. Let's go 90s, Joe. I go 90s with you. We're on the same. Callista Flockhart, Joe, what you got? What you got, Joe? He ain't finna Switzerland in this situation. Joe, rate that thing, bro. Rate that thing, Joe. Callista Flockhart. What you giving her? Okay, Joe, I'll do you one less. Jennifer Aniston. What you rating her? Joe, I'm finna get you in a lot of trouble right now, Joe. Joe, answer this question. David P says share. I wouldn't do him that bad. Come on, dog. What you doing? Okay, David. Joe Rigby. Here's my last one for you. Here's my last one. Rate that thing. You rather have Halle Berry or Jennifer Aniston? Because we got to do it. It's the 90s edition for Joe. Because again, Joe is an older gentleman apparently. Sandra Bullock, great name. Graham's on fire with his suggestions today. Sandra Bullock, Joe. I throw Sandra Bullock in there. Joe, give me one. Sandra Bullock, Halle Berry, Jennifer Aniston. Who you taking? Who you taking, Joe? Because that's a who's who of the 90s, baby. You can't say you don't know who none of those women are. David P., let him answer the question. Because now, again, we're going to end the show with Joe Rigby's answer. Halle Berry, Jennifer Aniston, or Sandra Bullock. Waiting on you, Joe. Joe gets the last word. Can't do Halle's feet. Yo. Well, I mean, listen, in a competition like this, I guess you are, because you're splitting hairs. So if Ben say he can't do the feet, he can't do the feet. Sandra Bullock is the winner. Hey, man, listen. Hey. Oh, hold on. Where my music at? We got to go. We ain't got to go home. We got to get the hell out of here. Hey, man. My man says Sandra Bullock. I love Joe Rigby, dog. I love Joe Rigby. Joe Rigby told us. Joe Rigby just gave us Sandra Bullock we gave him the choice of Halle Berry, Jennifer Aniston, and Sandra Bullock. And our dog came through with Sandra Bullock. Much respect. I love it. What a great show. Y'all crazy, man. I love this. One more thing was the best idea we've ever had on this show. Hands down. You have no idea what's going to happen at the end of this show. Sandra Bullock is now the show's girlfriend. I'm gonna do the best I can, as long as this show exists, to get Sandra Bullock to be a guest on this show. WVC, yeah, man. We talked about the Padres' new ownership in depth. Very happy. Shout out to Sandra Bullock, man. That's wild, bro. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Let's go, Sandra Bullock. We gonna get a picture of Sandra Bullock on this show. I don't know if this is gonna get me in trouble. I don't give a damn. Joe Reed, we need to replace this picture with Sandra Bullock's face tomorrow. Speed's a great movie. She was in, that's Sandra. That was, I forgot to throw one in there. Julia Roberts. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Subscribe to the John Browner podcast on YouTube and download the podcast on iTunes. I know I don't look like him. Just go subscribe.